I'm angry. Okay. All right. So Kevin Owens, great what he did, but the guys that he got, like I expected Stardust to be in this match because he's always in the WrestleMania match.
Right.
Sin Cara was just replacing Neville because they need some guy to fly around. But Zack Ryder, when was the last time we saw him on Raw?
He's a hype bro on NXT.
Yeah, he's a hype bro on NXT.
Woo.
So now he hasn't been on Raw since maybe June, July, and now he's going to be at WrestleMania. If you want to throw him in this match, you could have built him up in a few weeks, but you're going to throw him in the WrestleMania match for the Intercontinental title now with no build and no excitement towards him?
I think they just needed another warm body. I mean, you still got the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and you're just running out of warm bodies.
Tyler Breeze, hello.
How do you feel about the 7-man ladder match for the Intercontinental title?
Kind of unnecessary to have some of those other guys in there. I would just love to see Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, those three, But it's kind of weird just throwing these other guys in there. Like you said, no real build up to it. It was kind of clever the way Kevin Owens introduced these guys, but why throw them in a WrestleMania match of this magnitude?
Yeah, but last year it was 7 guys too in the ladder match. But like I said,
there were weeks of
it was weeks of build. But
it.
Thing is, Neville got hurt, so Sin Cara was taking Neville's spot just so you could fly around the match. That's Zack Ryder thing. I don't know what the hell that's about.
Well, you said you're angry. I mean, this is one of the things I'm angry about. As great of a night as there was for Kevin Owens last night, this is one of the reasons why I'm not wearing the blue hoodie this week. I'm wearing the Seth Rollins hoodie because I missed him more last night than I missed him in a while. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, why are they not getting a one-on-one match, but Ryback and Kalisto are for the U.S. title?
I don't want to talk about Ryberg. Move on.
I don't really either, but this actually leads to one of our questions.
Ryberg wasn't even on Raw.
He wasn't, I know, but they're
I'm
getting
glad
a
of that. I mean,
one-on-one
that would have
singles
that
match.
would have made it worse for me. I would probably throw up.
A question about this. This is why I'm touching on this now. A gentleman who goes by the name of the No Gimmicks Needed Ronald Lloyd.
Another version of Ronald Lloyd pops up.
He wants us to know that Vince is an idiot. He also says, I'm bored. I'm bored with everything. When was the last time we were this bored? So I guess that's the question we'll ask. He says for him it was a tie between when Batista won the Rumble and when The Miz was in the main event championship match at WrestleMania. He also says, switch Kalisto and Ryback with Owens and Zayn. Let Ryback and Kalisto be a part of the Spot Fest that will be that 7-man match. I agree with that. I think those two guys should get their own match. One, Ziggler last week, we talked about maybe they're letting him... Let's answer the question first. When was the last time you were this bored?
2010 to 2011. Before the CM Punk pipe bomb, it was horrible. They started. This is when all the gimmick pay-per-views started. They had Fatal 4-Way, which is horrible. That's when this Hell in a Cell started and TLC. It just wasn't good. Nothing interesting was happening. All the new guys they're trying to build, they were real dry. I believe Damian Sandow made his debut in 2011. He was one of the guys I looked out for. But in 2010, 2011, it was real dry. You had R-Truth challenging for the world title. I know you're a big guy. You had him challenging for the world title.
As much as I love him, I don't see it. He doesn't belong in the world title.
Yeah,
I will grant that.
You had the Miz as the world champion. Miz was great back then as a heel, but as the world champion, you look back on what he is now, it's like, come on. I wish it wasn't a good time. You had the Nexus broke up, then they had the Core, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Santino and Carlos up tag team champion. Tag team division was horrible.
Start.
Cody Rhodes was the only guy I was interested in watching.
Was that when he was wearing the face mask?
Yes. Cody Rhodes will put everything to any gimmick. That whole face mask gimmick was he put his heart into it, just like he does the Stardust thing.
Yeah, they just don't allow him to flourish. He puts everything into it, and they hold him back. Last time you were this bored. Are you bored right now? I guess.
Every time Ryback cuts a promo, I'm bored as hell.
So the last time you were that bored was when he cut his promo last week.
Yeah, every promo. I mean, this promo that he cut last week and the promo before that he's talking about where he gets to feed me more. Just stop talking, dude. Stop.
He's a movie critic too, by the way.
Yeah.
Talking about the Spotlight, but I don't think he knew what the movie was actually about.
He tried to cut a promo with Kalisto selling himself, and I don't know what his point was. He went 3 different directions.
He sells himself. He says, I respect you, but you're just a little guy. It's all over the place. Last time I was this bored was the World Heavyweight Championship tug of war between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
I know wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago, but that was the last time I was as bored as I was last night. Luckily, that turned out to be good. So hopefully this is the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
I hope.
I think they're just trying to get over this hill, which they're kind of chugging backwards right now.
It's just unfortunate we hit that spot when they were here and we were there. I wish that it hadn't happened at an event we were at.
They gave us the best Raw of the year. Then they give us the worst Raw. This is going to be the worst Raw of the year, hands down. Nothing can get worse than that. We had Braun Strowman in the main event. Like, come on.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot.
We had 4 segments for the Intercontinental
That
title.
was such a waste of a main event.
You only had, 2 segments with Triple H and Roman Reigns? You see Dean Ambrose once until the main event?
I mean, you always look forward to that last match on Raw. It's what closes it out, what sets up the next, the next Raw and everything like that. We had this baloney garbage match that they threw together, and it ended up costing a wrestler who probably tore his ACL.
Oh,
He's gonna be out.
yeah. That's the first thing we said when he fell, because that was one of those random falls.
Yeah, when you fall without contact,
Yeah.
it's usually that an Achilles or an
That's the
ACL.
first thing you mentioned to me.
And
I
they
was
had,
like,
to help, they had to help him out. He wasn't just selling something. He's
he was
gone.
hurt.
Yeah, he rolled
Another
around.
wrestler
In
on
a,
the roster.
in a horrible dark match. That made no sense.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, that did nothing for anybody.
It made no sense. Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Roman, and Ambrose. Roman comes out with Zayn and Ziggler. No sense.
No, it didn't make any sense at all.
No sense at all.
The point I was getting to before we answered the question was it looked like Ziggler was being put into the whole authority storyline. They used story from 2 years ago to make it look like maybe that's his story now, and then it's just like, oh no, you're just in the Intercontinental match. So when it looks like they're coming up with a good story, they don't actually do it.
They get in their own way.
Then they just do something dumb. He's fine. He's a good worker. He'll be fun to watch in the match, but to me, this match just means nothing.
Here, Ron, can I go? What was his gimmick this week?
Who? Ziggler?
No, the question we just had.
Oh, the no gimmicks needed Ronald Lloyd.
Thanks for the question, slap nuts.